Hello, everyone. I'm Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net, and this is Rob.
Use the dope force, Loke. Use the dope force, not the shitty one.
Yeah, we were just talking for a second and realized, it's time to start a show because we were talking about that San Francisco was a San Francisco something article about the Star Wars hotel.
I think it was the San Francisco Gate. Yeah,
the San Francisco Gate. Yeah, they have an article up about how they're having a hard time filling the Star Wars hotel. It makes sense to me.
I guess during with some inflation and gas prices, people don't have an extra $5,000 lying around to spend 2 days on something.
Yeah, I know. You could definitely take the hate approach and be like, that place looks like it sucks. It's doing poorly, but also the world sucks right now, and it's also doing poorly. So it's kind of a twofold, not good signs for that place, I think.
It's the 2-day thing that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Peter Serrera came out and said, "Hey man, I just went on a cruise for 7 days and I'm still thinking about that Star Wars thing." I'm like, yeah, but you're like a cool nerd, you know?
Mm-hmm.
How about a kid who
Peter Scretta
wants to be
Peter Scretta.
Yeah, Peter Scretta. Yeah, is it Scretta? Yeah,
I think it's Scretta. Yeah.
But he was but I'm like he's like a cool older guy. Like a kid's gonna get bored. Like, you know what I mean? Like in 3, you remember Jay? You know how bored we get, you know, as kids.
Oh yeah, you get real bored. Hey Max.
Hey guys.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. You having a pretty good day? Sorry for the late notice. The meant to go on at 11.
And I was
at 1.
I was early.
You were ready.
Yeah. And then I figured something happened. So
yeah,
I was about to order food and then I got your text. I was like, oh, okay.
I know that sounds good right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to decide.
Can we eat on the show? Can we just make that like a thing where we just eat on the show?
Hey, bro, why do you think I'm not on camera? Just shoveling food in my face. I'm like, we're gonna go late, so I can't. I don't eat till 2, so I gotta shove my food in my face now. No.
If Baymax is here, I planned on when Max came on going hootie tootie disco cutie, hootie tootie disco cutie. But I
forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell you I was streaming last night on my personal little Sketchcraft thing, right?
Yeah, that's
some art.
We're talking about doing drugs.
And Revenge Guy showed up.
Oh yeah?
He gave me $2 worth of revenge money.
You got revenge
Props
bucks?
to revenge. Yeah, you got some revenge bucks.
Oh, shit.
It's so any revenge buck you hand out, that person will get revenged upon.
Tenfold.
So it actually works. Tenfold. Just tenfold. He doesn't tell you that, but that's how it works.
Yeah.
Accidentally gave one to my wife. Didn't go well this morning. And then I gave one to myself and I had a can of pumpkin mix fall on my foot 3 times. So it works. These revenge bucks. They're vicious.
So I'm going to talk about a Bespin Bulletin scoop today for very, very briefly. I'm just going to read his scoop for the most part because I have stuff to add to it, but I want to give his story its due, its time, its ability to permeate and fermiate into to our nostrils, to our nostril holes. But I have a really small little addendum to a story and a funny little story today called Star Wars Kenobi exclusive, Skywalker, the Jawa, and T-16. So in Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, our hero is pretty defeated when our story begins. I keep having to say that. Here we are again. As glimpsed at the trailer in my reports, Kenobi keeps his head down. Kenobi has no friends, no attachment, and to those around him, he has no history. But there is one creature Kenobi does interact with in a peculiar relationship, a Jawa. Don't get any Paleomoto vibes, though. Their friendship is strictly business. However, the relationship sounds hilarious. It was described to me as a Jawa character named Tika, and the spelling is just guesswork. Tika the Jawa is always, quote, stealing Obi-Wan's shit and selling it back to him, as one source put so eloquently. In my mind's eye, I can see how Obi-Wan would handle these interactions, and I like it a lot. It also shows how different Kenobi is compared to the Phantom Menace era, where he saw life forms as pathetic in comparison to others. So, here he's actually tolerating this this Jawa stealing his shit, and he's buying it back from them. But Tika the Jawa is important because she sells Obi-Wan a T-16 Skyhopper toy in the final edit of the series. So this was one of the, I guess, late game additions, probably. She was apparently lifted the toy from someone else, and Kenobi probably reluctantly buys it from the Jawa. Kenobi looks at the T-16 Skyhopper and decides Luke may like it. So he walks over to the Lars homestead, or maybe he rides, I don't know, but he goes walks over to the Lars homestead and leaves the toy on the property, knowing Luke will find it. However, Uncle Owen discovers it and puts it away. He later tells Obi-Wan to stop bringing the kid toys when they have their scheduled meeting at Anchorhead. So, and I say an earlier report had young Luke glimpsing the toy so that he could not have, and sources have since said that this is how it plays out in the final edit. So yeah, and make sure you follow the Star Wars Making Star Wars show on YouTube. Make sure you like the video. As Star Wars Santa is telling you to deploy the likes, you better do it. Yeah. You better do it now. But yeah. So that's
well, I heard in the original cut he left him the big toe ice cream bar with the gumball in the toe. But it just melted, and Luke picked up the gumball and almost choked. What was a nice, advisory moment, but not quite.
I heard it was one of those Pac-Man ice creams with the gumball eye, and Luke Skywalker choked to death and died. And they said, Kathleen Kennedy, you don't know Star Wars, you don't know it, you don't know Star Wars.
It was more bleak.
You're fired. They fired her. That's what I heard.
It was more bleak.
That was
more
the
bleak ending. Yeah, that was the bleak one.
Yeah, I had. There was a lot of that on Star Wars Santa show today where we were talking about that. I'm just like, man, the series starts bleak. People are acting like, oh, now it's this like happy-go-lucky thing, or you know what I mean? Like something has been lost since Kathleen Kennedy's dirty little grubby hands got on it. And no, it's just not like actually true. Just one was a downer the whole time. This new show is more dynamic.
I like when they go, we want it darker makes it better, and then everyone walked out of Batman versus Superman going, yeah, maybe not that dark. Like it's cartoony yet somehow bleak. Like it's weird.
Well, it's like I keep saying, Stella gets her groove back, and that's the important part with Kenobi. It's like that's what it's about. That's a good story. That's going from point A to point Z. We see a complete transformation of the guy. What was that?
See, you want
Stella Kenobi.
Yeah, you want bleak. You just have Beru get really addicted to Space Lizard, and she's just sitting in her hut, afraid of the refrigerator, right? Like in Requiem for a Dream, right? And she just thinks the Requiem, but it's really just a gonk droid who's being nice, but she thinks it's an evil refrigerator. And blue milk shoots out in her face, and so you don't want that. I want that, but you don't want that.
One thing I wanted to throw out on the show up front, maybe a little bit of a preview of things to come from me and Bespin, especially O'Shea Jackson, not Nari. Not Nari. So if anybody's wondering, yeah, he's not Nari, and we will we will get into that later. And one last thing. Non-Gianni, not a droid. So I on Star Wars Santa show, I was asked it about 15 times, I think. And not a droid. I know it's like we think that because he's a comedian, and then we saw that droid in the trailer. It's not relevant. So yeah. Just want to throw that out there. You know what I mean? But anyways, to go back to the main story, a Jawa is stealing shit from Kenobi, and then Kenobi having to buy it back. I just love it.
That's funny.
Yeah, it sounds fun. They're really like the last year have really upped Jawadom, if you will. Jawas they're out there. They're banging. They're fucking slanging. They're banging. They're slanging. They're building N1 starfighters.
They got 70s bush.
Yeah,
crazy. I didn't know that's canon, but it's canon.
They're furry, really furry.
Man, Baymax had me watch a movie called The Greasy Strangler, and you could stream it on Amazon Prime. Definitely do it. definitely watch The Greasy Strangler. It's the best movie I've ever seen, probably. You definitely have to see it. I had a reason for saying that. Now I don't remember what it was, but I'll just let that stand. I'll just let that stand as it is. Hey Joel, I'm not Joel. Why are you always calling me Santa? I'm not Santa, dude. Dude, I'm not Santa. That's a lie. That's incorrect information. That's from Reddit or something. Yeah, but hello everybody. How's the chat doing today? Star Wars Santa says, you must have told Rob about the story we're talking about earlier. Turned him back into a Force ghost. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like the ghost. I don't mean to like embarrass anybody or make it, but there was this rumor going around that Kenobi, in the Kenobi movie, Kenobi was only in the last scene or something. It's all about these agents who are hunting Kenobi down. I was just like, what? Yeah, no.
Well, that was my choice. That was what I was going to do. It's gonna be experimental, but I was gonna call it experimental Kenobi.
Yeah, not
go for it. Iyer wouldn't let me do it.
Our buddy Chris also sent me an article that I am sure has truth to it, but it's about Kenobi and Darth Maul, and about how like Darth Maul was like taken out like late in the game or something. And I find that pretty interesting because I've always known that Maul was or that Darth Vader was in these stories, all of them, every fucking one, like the whole time. And that's where I was calling bullshit on the articles. Remember there was the there was that moment where they're talking about like, do we add Darth Vader? Like they were acting like it was like this big back and forth thing for the show. Maybe they were going to take him out. Maybe they're going to take him out. They were never going to add him back in like that, or they were going to take him out, but they weren't going to. He was already in. He was in like from the very start. So that's what I find to be pretty overall like kind of fascinating stuff, you know. But
so that's a legit story, or that's just a rumor going around?
Well, no, it's Boris Kit. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like Hollywood, was a Hollywood Reporter or something.
Oh,
yeah, Hollywood Wood Reporter. So is that a Jawa? Is that Jawa trying to steal your shit?
I'm trying to figure out how to set up my mic. I don't know why it's not doing it the way it used to.
Mike the cat. Just put the mic on the cat like it's one of those like fish, you know, with the thing he's
horny, and that's why he's like crying.
Yeah, I get it. I've been there.
Luke
does
the same thing.
Yeah.
But
ask Fixer.
Ask Fixer.
Trying to get him fixed, but through
Ask Fixer. Ask Fixer. That's why they call him Fixer. That's what he does. He neuters cats and space.
Not proud of it, but it's a job. Not a lot of jobs out here on Tatooine.
All the time space bikers come and harass me, but then when their cats get horny and won't shut up, they sing a different tune, friend.
I think Fixer should talk like Patrick Warburton. I'm not proud of it, but it's a job.
Yeah. BMX says, I can't wait for the Kenobi movie where he's only like in the last 10 minutes. That sounds like some legit information from Not a Clown. Oh, shit. Don't hold back, Baymax. Darth Del Rio says, when the show is over, do you think Obi-Wan sees Anakin as completely lost with no hope of turning back to the light? No, I'm actually going with the opposite end of that. But I don't know if Darth Vader matters to that. Like I think he comes to the conclusion that the allies he's made, like I said, they're going to fix the future, and Kenobi's a part of that. So I think on one hand there was he probably had this perspective of it's all on Anakin. Everything's Anakin. If Anakin can't do it, nobody can.
Jason, does Obi-Wan know that he's like machine and all that yet?
I think so.
Or
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's in this show. He already knows.
I think he already knows.
Okay.
But that's one of those like details where I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Like I mean, like he definitely knows. He definitely, because I was told like when that. See, here's the trick. I didn't know they fought twice at first, and so I'm like, yeah. When I wrote the article from the moon of what do you call it? He already knows. Yeah, he already knows he's Darth Vader. I'm like, oh, okay. Like he totally knows him when he sees him. But I'm like, well, the first time does he know? That's what made me have to go like, geez, I might need to reconfigure some old questions and go ask them in a different context now. Yeah. Because at first I thought the rematch was just one fight. You know, I knew he was being chased down a little bit and just general obvious things. Mm-hmm. But it was, but later on it started to become like, oh, there's two fights. And yeah. And I read a story late last night. I was going to keep it until today. One piece of information in that article is now wrong. And that's that Nanjiani's character comes in the aftermath of the article last night. Nanjiani's character does not go. That's I think it's funny. It's fine. Does not. I like our cat allies. You know what I mean? Like, how many YouTube shows have cat allies? Just saying. You know. I mean, if it wasn't for the cats, we wouldn't know what they're filming, because the cats are the ones who sneak onto the set and tell us.
It's true.
And he's like, you stupid bitch! I told you. Nanjiani's in episode, comes back. He's in 2, and then he's in 5. Okay, Nanjiani's in episode 2. He seems real sketchy, and then he comes back in episode 5. And you're like, oh, he's pretty good. You don't really get it. So I've heard you. I know. I just told them. But yeah, so we will end up with so that little piece of information in that article we will touch on, and I should probably touch on it with you guys too, because I had to I did it with my daughter last night. You know, we covered it because it was funny.
I was watching it in between.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. She was like,
she was funny.
And she doesn't have she is COVID free. All right. 100%. Yeah. We were a family member had COVID who was with her for a short time, and then that person has COVID, but she doesn't. And we weren't around that person, so we were like, oh no, and it was just a small tiny little moment, and but it turns out everything's good. So we're good for now.
Your daughter got out the spork. She's like, I'm gonna have to kill daddy now. Like, well, no, don't, no, it's not a death sentence. It is not it. You know, then you're like, oh, bad. She puts on Battle of the Heroes. You're like, I knew it'd go down like this one day.
Joel said, I would rather have Baru addicted to the lizard than join a space cult. Dude, this is a space cult. You are in a space cult right now, Joel.
Yes,
like we could have Baru with us right now. And we're not talking episode 4 brew. We're talking like fine ass. It's getting hot in here. Should I sprinkle some of this vaporator water on my body? Brew. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just guessing. But it needs to make a.
That's how I do
it. I like when Star Wars Santa says lit and dope. It's the best.
Dope ass fresh.
Yeah,
that's dead ass crazy Wars.
Yes. Star Wars Fit says, what's the point in calling it the Obi-Wan movie if he was going to be in it for only 10 minutes? It's nuts. Yeah, I guess it was like maybe it was like a romantic comedy called like Finding Kenobi, and they went out there to find Kenobi, but in the end they really found themselves. Maybe. Yeah. Baymax, I'm gonna kill you in your sleep. Jason is, come on, Johnny a droid. Not Johnny. Yeah. He is. Like I told you on Star Wars Santa Show, he's party bot 5,000. Like they go and then they're like, what's going on here? I'm an Inquisitor. Everything's evil. And he's like, party bot will change the mood. And then like a keyboard comes out, and then everybody's like, fuck yeah, dude. Joe Yauza shows up. Everybody's like, fuck yeah, dude. And then Kenobi sneaks away with Leia, and that's how they. How they
someone let McCollum back on the set when he heard the party bot was coming.
Party bot 5,000. But yeah, so let's hit on before it gets too late into the show. Let's hit on Bespin Bulletin's article. We'll be jumping around today from these articles because why the fuck not? After the day I've had, I've kind of resigned myself to things are going to happen. Is Kamal going to Robert St. Clair? Is Kamal going to the Gold Gym on Tatooine then, trying to sign Obi-Wan up for a 1-year membership that comes with the free gym bag? Yeah, and he also gets one of those sport phones, like from Sports Illustrated, like a football phone. He signs him up for that too. But I have to say, our source is pissed today. You could hear our kitty sources. The kitty sources are fucking. They are mad. They're like, you said too much. You said too much today. You were supposed to sprinkle it out.
I asked him to please be quiet when I went on the show.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they call them scoops, because that's what you gotta scoop out the.
Scoop the litter.
Kitty litter scoops. Yeah. Yeah, they get the scoops the grits. It's not good. Step on that, no socks. Yeah.
So anyways, not that Bespin Bulletin needs it, but I can vouch for this article from Bespin Bulletin as being what they are doing. Bespin Bulletin says, in late December, early January, I saw Jason Ward glistening in the sun, and I said, that's a man I want to emulate. One day I could be like him. One day I could start Bespin. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Sorry, it doesn't say that. In late December and early January, I saw evidence of a cave set built at the train yard location.
I mean, my mate, that's so funny.
No, it's funny. It's funny. And the train yard location at El Segundo that the Mandalorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the Book of Boba Fett have used in the past. And that the cave had a blue screen in front of it with the singular sword. You're not fighting the cat, are you?
No, he's trying to open he's pulling the bottom of my door. And he's clawing the shit out of it.
It sounds like the telepsychic. Remember when they used to call the thank you for calling the telepsychic, and he'd slam the phone down when they'd prank him?
Okay. Miss Cleo says, at the time I thought nothing of this. Oh wait, yeah, this was blue screen. At the time I thought nothing of this and thought it was just a simple cave set. That was until January 26th, when an episode of Book of Boba Fett aired and we saw the return of Din Djarin. In the episode, the armor spoke briefly about the name of the Mandalore, and that's when it hit me. Voila! I said. Okay, no, he didn't say that. And this cave set the Mines of Mandalore? And I remember we talked about it. We did. We're now in March, and the train yard location has gone through multiple changes since, including a campsite with an unknown ship. But more recently, I've heard that once again a cave set has been built. The cave is black and has black sand or dirt in front of it. I don't know if it's just the evolution of the cave set that was previously, or if it's unrelated. We keep going back and forth on that, he and I, and we're like, because you'll see tomorrow in my piece. Around the time I was told of scenes being filmed which featured a large mountain with snow on top of it in the background, and that Din Djarin, the armorer, and Paz Vizsla were around for those scenes, with my belief being they're connected to the cave set, as I'd heard of the same group being linked to those sets. There were other characters or actors around, but unfortunately, I don't know who they are, as their costumes were hidden with black robes. They're from Hogwarts. It's Harry Potter. Now, with what we know regarding I know we're just wondering why can't I read? I don't have my glasses on. Now, with what we know regarding the state of Mandalore, thanks to the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, these sets simply scream Mandalore to me. The cave having a lake could speak to the living waters beneath the Mines of Mandalore, and that's what I was talking about, that frozen lake, that frozen body of water, with the cave sets being the entrance. The cave and the ground being black are possibly burned from the hellfire of the Great Purge. However, time will tell what this means. But I personally believe we will see Mandalore in a prominent way this season, and we will. Oh yeah, we will. You know we will. But yeah, so we got a couple of character confirmations, and so I like I'm trying to like not to get too far ahead of myself here because I don't want to step on his shoes. I want to let him do something. And whoa, Justin Westwood, did you see the Hollywood Reporter story? Thank you for the super chat, dude. Much appreciated, Justin. Did you see the Hollywood Reporter story? Wait, how do I work this machine? Did you see the Hollywood Reporter story? Kenobi, Maul cut, and Luke replaced during the overhaul. I did. We're going to go over it in just a moment. And yeah, because it sounds like some interesting stuff in there, and definitely fascinating. I can tell you though, like Luke has not been cut from this story. Obviously, we saw him in the trailer, and I know he's prominent even in the story I had today. So look, and I'll drop
we're trying to cut him entirely from episode 4. I'm working on that edit right now though, so I'll get back to you in about a week. We'll have it done.
Yeah, I'll drop a little thing in here too that I'll touch on later. Luke does come back in the final episode, so we will have Luke in. I think we have Luke in episode 1, and we have Luke in episode 6. That's my math.
I'm just trying to diminish the effects of his whiny ass bitch face. So you know, it's a technical thing we can do in editing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That before we do that, we should go on to my other article and touch on that. The one that I did yesterday, late last night with Penny, with my little Penny kid.
She published.
It's called "What Happens on Nur," and because Nur is that planet that we see in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. For some reason, I couldn't bring that up. Jedi Fallen Order, and it's that underwater planet. Okay, so what happens on Nur in Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi? And
Nerd.
I need to preface this with something because I got a couple of DMs I saw today of people who were confused. Leia is rescued in episode 2, probably lost again around episode 3, and retrieved in episode 4. Leia is throughout this series. On recent episodes of the Making Star Wars show, spoken about how Princess Leia Organa of Alderaan is pretty much in every episode of. Where did I put my glasses? Where did I buy? I lost them. Oh, wait, I found them. I can do this, you guys. We're together. Show's back. Okay, so at one time, I did not have confirmation that Leia was in more than the first 2 or 3 stories. With episodes being filmed and child actors being involved, it was difficult to figure it all out. Thankfully, several sources have confirmed crucial details to me, which have made things fall into place. From the sound of things, if I have my story details, I know I'm setting it straight. God, Scoop. If I have my detailed story,
Actually, we just got a super chat. Every time we get a super chat, the cat goes out.
The cat loves it.
Yeah.
Every time we get a super chat, the cat is automatically neutered. It's a little device we created. It's kind of like a, what was his name? Bob. It's paid for by Bob Barker. The planet Nur comes to prominence in the series in the 4th episode. So episode 4, Nur. Princess Leia is captured and held in the headquarters of the Inquisitorius. Reva interrogates young Leia. However, even at a young age, Leia is defiant, not a rat when faced with angry Inquisition. Of course, our hero Obi-Wan Kenobi is on the case and to bust the princess out of the underwater joint. And I wrote, I'm fairly certain he has Kamal Najani in tow. He does not. That comes after. Sorry. Sue me. Disney's like, yes, we will. Shield law, bitch. Anyways, it seems when Kenobi needs to go solo, Leia's handed off to Nanjiani's character. And yeah, that does happen, though. That part is still true. The first duel with Darth Vader may be sparked from the prison break episode. And one thing I kind of didn't really touch on in this article that I should probably touch on here is I feel like you can almost break Kenobi into 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. Okay. If you were to like add it all together, if we were going to like hang out and watch it all together one night, because that sounded like a good idea. But then all of a sudden, the cat started meowing and was like, you got to go now. And Max is like, "Can we do it tomorrow?" We would probably use episode 4 as our let's stop here or start here moment. Episode 4 is like very much almost self-contained from the sound of things. It's like its own independent sort of midway story that connects the two things together. And it doesn't feel like Book of Boba Fett where it's like now here's a Din story all of a sudden. It doesn't go like it doesn't do that. It's just like here is saving the princess from the castle, and then everything starts to kind of get worked up into part 2. So yeah, that's why it goes that way. So at one moment, I believe the first duel between Darth Vader and Kenobi takes place on a large ship. My current theory is that the ship escapes from Nur. It may even begin there. And I hear the interrogation scene with Leia and Reva is pretty fun and well done. So, Leia's giving a lot of sassafras, as Max gives me very often in text messages. And I'm like, continue that sassafras, Max. And she won't stop. But so it's just like Max, Leia is very much herself. She's not gonna become a different character for this show.
Does she go into girlfriend mode in any of these scenes?
Yeah, Princess Leia's version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure, 1,000%.
Awesome.
She like
it's also known as she's all theme, right? Right? And she'll take no shit because her mom was a queen. She's all theme.
I liked my featured image title too, Revenge of the Nurs. But anyways, so it sounds like Nur is another hidden fortress homage in Star Wars, the original being A New Hope, of course. But don't worry, I don't get the vibes it's a remake because the personalities involved are a bit different than the original cast. And it does play to Leia finding herself being detained and being detained of her rebellious nature, blah, blah, blah. So there you get it, right? You understand where I'm going with this now, and I wanted to make that correction about Nanjiani's character in that episode. He comes in the episode after when we depart Nur. So yeah, a lot of little various tidbits going on. I have a lot of like little things to clear up before we kind of move on with some of the Kenobi stuff in the future.
Let's call them titty bits.
Titty bits. Yeah. Kitty bits.
Kitty bits, yeah.
Kitty bits.
Or titty bits.
Yeah, so let me make sure before we go on to that article that I didn't miss anything from the chat, because sometimes I think we kind of lose some of it. Nanjiani is really playing a droid. You can tell us, Jason. Yeah. Promise. I told you it's party bot 5,000. Jason, is an Animorph confirmed? Yes, confirmed. Is Ned going to have a big part? What's Ned?
Ned Flanders.
Ned Flanders?
Hidely ho. He's Owen's neighbor. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, Owen hates him. He's always better than Owen.
Ooh, X-Wing.
Hey, X-Wing. Thanks for the old super chat, man.
Thanks, X-Wing.
Bits of tittles.
Tiddly.
That sounds right. Yeah, but thank you for the support, you guys. I really do appreciate it. It does mean a lot, and it really helps.
I became a member yesterday.
What was that?
I became a member last night.
What? You're not supposed to become a member.
Congratulations.
But thank you.
Told you I was going to.
Now I got to be mean to you. That's how it works, Max. That's how it works around here.
You're already mean to me.
What? When have I ever been mean to you?
Let's just make it easier. Who have you ever been nice to?
Revenge guy. Look, Revenge guy. When you got a name like Revenge Guy, you better be nice.
You don't fuck with any revenge guys. Okay, so now we will get to Justin's question about the Hollywood Reporter piece, and so here we go. And I will try to see what now that that has been broken and is out there. I'll try to see if there's anything else I could talk about from it. Coming up here. Let me get rid of this interesting little ad. All right, Obi-Wan Kenobi. No, I don't want your... Okay, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Maul scenes cut. Luke Skywalker replaced during creative overhaul. Maul Ray Park, who originated the character with the Phantom Menace, was expected to reprise as the character, but was then written out according to multiple sources. This has two authors, Boris Kitt and Aaron Couch. Obi-Wan Kenobi will include plenty of familiar faces when it debuts on May 25th, but one Star Wars fan favorite will be noticeably absent: Darth Maul, a chief antagonist of Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi, who first appeared in Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace, is not expected to appear in the series. It's kind of weird though, because like he kind of really couldn't appear in a good way mostly, I would think, anyways, considering Rebels. But sources tell The Hollywood Reporter not only was the Sith Lord initially slated to return to the live-action Disney Plus series as a key villain, actor Ray Park was in active prep to reprise the role. That, however, was before those scenes were scrapped amid a creative overhaul that ultimately saw other antagonists, including Darth Vader, added to the show. See, this is what I find weird, is Darth Vader was in every... I heard that he was in the thing from the very start. Hussein Amini was the original writer who worked with director Deborah Chow on the 6-episode series. And while it was reported that pre-production paused in early 2020 because Lucasfilm was unhappy with the scripts, the reasoning behind the pause was a little more layered. According to sources, Chow showed the scripts to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, who were coming off the success of The Mandalorian, freshly launched in November 2019, and deep into work on season 2. Sources note that Filoni and Favreau were concerned about Obi-Wan covering similar ground as The Mandalorian, the lone wolf and cub-like story of Kenobi coming out of hiding to protect a child-aged Luke Skywalker. Does that really make... I'm just going to throw it out there. Does that really make sense when this is exactly what we have, but you could change Luke with Leia? Let's see what they say. Maul was one of the villains who would participate in the hunt for the pair. Vader was nowhere to be found in the faraway galaxy at this stage. I don't think that's true. According to those with knowledge of the project. Also, Filoni and Favreau pushed Chow and the show to go bigger, according to several sources. In any case, those concerns made their way to Lucasfilm head Kathleen Kennedy, who pressed the pause button. It is unclear how far along in the process things initially unraveled. A boy was chosen to play young Luke Skywalker, but no scenes with him were shot. As far as Park's Maul goes, the picture is more cloudy. One source says Park was on set for pre-production and was involved in stunt training. I don't think that is accurate. The source says footage of Park may have been shot, although another source says it could have been test footage. This is sounding really kind of rocky to me. Just gonna say that. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not like calling anybody out or anything like that. I'm not trying to get into any drama. I'm just saying this is not computing in my brain right now. Whatever the case, nerd fight. Yeah. Whatever the case, Park was back as Maul, or so he believed. In the overhaul, however, Maul was written out. One source says it was Filoni that conceptually keyed in on a way for Vader to be brought back on the big bad with the Grand Inquisitor, a character made popular by Filoni in the animated series Star Wars Rebels, also put into the story. But what about the fact that he's not killed until Star Wars Rebels, and you can't do anything about that in this show because it
told you none of that matters, Jason.
No. That right there, matter. No. I'm gonna look, dude. If you want to talk about do comics matter, no, but they are not going. They are literally not going to go. Well, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, Rob. In this story, context of this story, Dave Filoni's the one who fucking did it, dude. Dave Filoni's the one who killed Maul in that story.
And up to this point, they're saying that he had never seen it until the director brought it to him, right? So that means at that point, before The Mandalorian, they were just doing, like, I'm saying The Mandalorian probably changed a lot of Filoni's weight around there, right? Creative weight, right?
Sure.
So, but before that, I guarantee you, had they wanted to shoot that, they probably would have just shot it. If this story is true. Like,
I really, really, I have a hard time with this conceptually. Like, we're about to get Star Wars Ahsoka, that is literally a live action sequel to Star Wars Rebels.
which was greenlit after the success of The Mandalorian. This is being brought up as that had just taken
for
off.
sure.
So I'm saying, and
but
so
also, I have Darth Vader in all of it, always.
Look, I agree.
2019.
They should be.
2019. I saw Darth Vader for the first time. I saw concept art for Darth Vader in Star Wars Kenobi, and so that's where I'm just like,
source. That could have been a source trying to protect their selves. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that could just be one of those things where, well, I'll say no. So that, I mean, we don't know. But what I'm just saying, it's not like I'm against it. I think if they create the continuity, they should stick to it.
It's right there. Lucasfilms contradicted the account, saying Maul was never intended to return to the series.
Maybe Ray Park was their source. He was just making shit up.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not going to say that. But yeah, this right here, this Lucasfilm source contradicting the account, I believe that's what's accurate. Because like I said, since 2019, I was I heard about Darth Vader before 2019. But around 20, I remember one day also being at Galaxy's Edge and seeing more Darth Vader stuff. And this is when it was still a film, So,
I'm just saying that they have not been keen to stick with their own continuity when they create a Star Wars movie and then the very next movie do stuff that you're like, I thought we're doing that now. Like, they're willing to just ignore their own shit. Sorry, go ahead, Max.
No, that would be a big thing to retcon or,
I guarantee you.
No, it would literally break everything. It would, like, if that moment, if they were to erase that moment, and now could they retell it in a different way in live action? Yeah, whatever. Like that kind of stuff from different perspectives. They can do all that all they want. But to put him in and kill him 5 years before and to do like a whole thing with it, it would nullify Rebels. All of the people working at Lucasfilm wrote Rebels. Like the majority of the people at Lucasfilm now. Hold on. But to go into do that,
you're using logic, and I'm just telling them. Okay, so the Kenobi series in canon, as you know it right now, takes place after that Maul scene.
No.
So this series takes place before the Maul scene.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So they would not be able to. So if they brought Darth Maul or Maul at this point into the series, they would not be able to kill him or alter him in any significant way. He would literally leave the story the same general person.
Oh, I totally believe they would have done that.
No.
I totally believe they would have brought him in, and then nothing would have changed.
Like, a bad script. I mean, if let's look at it from number one. I don't think that's even true. I really, truly don't. Like because I was trying to find out about Maul for like very early on, and I was getting very mixed things about it. And I started to when Maul would come up, I started to think maybe this is like a story. I started just trying to make it work in my brain. I'm like, maybe it's a story about all of Kenobi's life. Maybe we're going to see some of the early parts of Kenobi's life. You know what I mean? And maybe like they're going to redo some Maul stuff for that
Book of Kenobi
or something. Right? It's basically like, and actually like, I thought maybe it was going to be something to that effect, or it could be. So I just like kind of left that in my brain as a possibility, or there was going to be some ultra twist to it. But knowing like really like what I know about the other versions of things, I do not. It just seems so like it doesn't make sense. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And that's with me not even, even if I concede, oh yeah, they would erase Star Wars Rebels just because they're bored. Like, let's just say I just go with that. Like, even then it still doesn't make sense to the factual stuff that I know is actually accurate in what's happening. So I am very, very suspicious of this Darth Maul part. Unless Ray Park comes out and confirms it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like very,
let's get him on the show.
Well,
like we got connections.
Like there were yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, he probably doesn't give a shit now if they're not using him and stuff. Might as well come on the show, hang out.
Get him on the show. Let's talk.
I'd love to hang out with him. But yeah, I also like do I think it makes sense that they would have a Maul project lined up, considering they brought him back and Solo was just a hanging thread that was very fresh at that time? Of course. Like of course they were trying to figure out what to do with him, but at let's put it this way though, like it would literally destroy Star Wars Rebels and all of the creatives who are working there with all of the power that they're made that show. Like could you see that show get erased down the road just because of something stupid and a bad corporate decision? 100% that could happen. But right now is like, and at that moment, especially in time, was the time when that wasn't going to happen. If it was ever going to, you know what I'm saying? Like it would like literally require everybody in there just to go, yeah, we suck. We don't want to make a mark on Star Wars, and we're going to step away from it. Bye. Like it just does not compute.
I just think the idea that they wouldn't do it is horseshit. Just they'll do whatever they want.
Well,
like,
no, but here, okay. Here's the part where I'm bearing the elite. Is I knew Darth Vader was back in it because I knew that Maul wasn't in it because of Star Wars Rebels. That was when the idea came to them that they were going to have to do Darth Vader if they did this Kenobi film, because they couldn't do Maul now, and so yeah, I don't know, man. Like I'm just this article I think might have some factual issues at this moment.
I think even if he was in the show, it would probably be a situation where he's not interacting with Obi-Wan at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he would look at this point. Obi-Wan could take the space lizard and see Maul out in the desert and shit. You know, be fighting a mirage. I mean, it's always possible. You know?
Yeah, that doesn't happen in this story, by the way. It's just because people sometimes get confused. But yeah, but that like he could have had nightmares about Maul coming after him, shit like that. Like he could have had all kinds of, you know, with Maul being alive, he could have been having visions of him.
It's just like that scene from Big Lebowski when Saddam Hussein throws a bowling ball.
Yes. God, now you ruined Kenobi for me because they should have done that.
Or unless he has like a flashback.
What condition my condition is in?
Maul killing Satine.
Yeah, like that doesn't. Yeah, we won't see anything. I don't know if we get. I don't know if there's a Satine mention, but we don't. Yeah, we don't get any of that called back to in this one, like that I know of, anyways. Star Wars Fitz just became a channel member. Thank you, Star Wars Fitz, for becoming a channel member.
Yay.
I super appreciate it, and to everyone who can do it right now, I appreciate it. I know it's like with like gas prices being crazy and the world being crazy and stuff like that.
How much is it over there for you guys?
God, I saw it like as like $6.
I don't leave my house, so I couldn't tell you.
How much is it over there where you are, Rob?
What is going on today?
Max, I don't leave my house. I couldn't.
Is your wife?
No, we don't leave.
God.
He's the perfect Kenobi.
Oh.
Fandom Empire became a member too. Thank you, Fandom Empire, for becoming a member today.
Yay.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much, you guys. And I have a message to send to you that I will get back to you about. I just haven't. Today's been crazy. Today's been a crazy day. But anyways, yeah. This article right now, I am going to just throw it out there that I don't know if it makes very much sense. Maul stands as one of the most popular villains in Star Wars lore. Blah blah blah. Solo bomb scuttling those plans, but soon fans expected he could appear in Obi-Wan, given that Maul was responsible for the death of Obi-Wan's master, Liam Neeson's Qui-Gon Jinn. And for a time, I thought that would have been their plan, is that they introduce Maul in Solo, that he's alive, and then we would see him in Kenobi. But here's another interesting tidbit that I believe I am accurate on, is that like right after Solo, when I was hearing what they were going to be doing with Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, I was told we were like somewhere between 3 to 6 years after Revenge of the Sith. And it had to do with the casting of the twins, of what that age was going to be. They were going to be very, very young. And so when it comes to the film stuff and what they were going to do, a lot of the stuff ain't making sense to me. I'm just throwing it out there still. So it's an interesting thing. Maybe and once again, I don't. It's a Hollywood Reporter, so
bullshit.
It's not like
it's right. Remember Bela Lugosi? It's bullshit, right?
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh man, Baymax. What is he? What did they keep saying in that movie you made me watch last night, dude? Oh man, they keep what is it? I can't remember. Anyways, that movie, The Greasy Strangler. It changed my life. It's the weirdest movie I've seen in a long time. It's just bizarre.
You're into that David Lynch shit though, man. So I don't know if we'd agree.
This is this is like okay. This is David Lynch meets like Adult Swim. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
And you're trying to tempt me here, but it's not gonna work. I'm not falling for them tricks.
me and Baymax, we're gonna convert you to it, and then you're gonna be like, Hootie Tootie Disco Cutie. Yeah, that one is the one that I know. But what do they keep saying? Like shit, horse shit. I can't remember what it is now. They keep like when they call each other a liar. They have this word, this term, and it's just so dumb. And they just keep saying it over and over. But I've lost the quote after little sleep.
He's kind of on that.
But diesel is $5.87 right now. Thank God for truck and company gas card. Yeah, for sure, man.
Hey, that's speaking of diesel, sad news. Longtime partner of Kevin Nash Diesel, Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, passed away.
Chico died?
Yeah, it really sucks. Apparently, he was getting Lego surgery.
Lego surgery.
I know. It just implies
on a Lego, and it killed him. Unfortunately,
yeah. I knew eventually I'd get somebody, but he had leg surgery, and unfortunately, had like 3 heart attacks like during the surgery.
Oh shit!
And never came out of it. Yeah, it's fucking really, really horrible. So,
yeah,
big fan of Scott Hall's Razor Ramon gimmick. Honestly.
Yeah, me too.
So, yeah, it's a bummer. All right, back to the good news.
Now that you just ruined everything. Everybody's so sad, and
that's what I do. Well, it's bleak now, right? You like it. You like it better. It's bleak. Yeah, we like it bleak.
I'm just kind of not the same now.
We're on Bleecker Street now.
Bleecker Street.
Baker Street.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was I gonna say? Wait, was this a yeah? Fandom Empire became a member. Horseshit artist. Yeah, they just keep saying horseshit artist at each other constantly. Bullshit artist. Bullshit artist. And Hootie.
For a second there, I thought that was a new channel member. Horseshit artist.
Horseshit artist.
Whoa, awesome.
Bullshit artist. And like the movie will do things like where the guy will like look at somebody and he'll go, "I'm not the greasy strangler." it's so good, dude. I'm telling you, you gotta just try it. Just try it.
Sounds like something Crispin Glover should be involved in.
Yes, Crispin Glover loves it. And one day you're gonna meet Crispin Glover, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, man, Hootie Tootie Disco Cutie," and he's gonna be like, "Oh, we're friends." He's gonna like take your hand.
I'm gonna be like, "Clowny clown, clown, clown."
Yeah, but you can't go right to Clowny clown. You can't that's his turf. You got to start with bullshit artist, and he'll be like, "Oh, you understand me." So, all right,
Justin, it's like a form of esoteric playing the dozens, right? Like playing the esoteric dozens.
Justin Westwood, channel member, friend, ally, colleague, lover, fighter, truth seeker, says, in my own opinion, the problem with various media is they are inherently getting the less interesting and more constrained stories. Making a significant event happening in Rebels doubles down on them sticking to it. Yeah, I feel like Rebels for them was a really, really important endeavor, and they had their hands tied in it though. Is the problem with it? Like they weren't getting the money that they needed to make it to the to make the animation up to snuff, and they were dealing with Disney bureaucracy for the first time, and they were trying to. But so the story of Rebels is fantastic. The work and the world building in Rebels, fantastic, and all of that informs everything that they've done since then. So that's where I am a little bit like I don't think that they would do that, but at the same time, I guess I have to concede they can't kill Darth Vader here either, and they don't kill Darth Vader. So maybe they just didn't. Maybe they just didn't kill Maul.
Killed him. Yeah, they just didn't kill him. They just
but that really, I mean, that one is like what was the plan? To hug it out? Hug it out?
If they didn't do it, the only reason why they didn't do it is they didn't want to spend the money for robotic legs. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just thinking about like a producer here. You keep thinking like with logic and creative sense and integrity. They don't give a shit about that.
By
like,
this point,
how much are these legs?
Rob, by this point, he has Mandalorian legs. He just has like basically what looks like Mandalorian armor. So, yeah. Baymax, that would be a great nightmare scene. Visions of Satine fighting Maul in the desert. Yeah, I mean that was always like something I thought like maybe they would do it to the world of Kenobi, but
they haven't done anything with that Satine stuff. I'm willing to think that Ewan doesn't even know who Satine is.
No, he probably doesn't.
Like,
yeah, no, he.
That's
what
I'm saying. Like people keep thinking like that was a plot point. I don't think that's ever coming back in live action.
I mean, yeah, it would. Like, it would depend on. I think it would depend on if they ever move into an area of buying Ewan McGregor's likeness and then wanting to tell young Obi-Wan stories, how they've done with Mark Hamill. Do we end up getting that eventually? And if they do, that would be the potential for that kind of story. But I mean, but on what timeline will that ever happen? You know what I mean? In terms of like, we might be 80 years old by the time that happens. But that is George Lucas Star Wars. And I'm of the opinion that when George Lucas croaks, which we are seeing all of George's buddies dying every day. I hate to say
I mean, he was good friends with Scott Hall. You know, him and Razor Ramon used to fucking go to WrestleMania all the time.
It was George Lucas's idea for him to say Chico. People don't know that.
I actually came up with Paul Bearer. Yeah. I was like,
what's his name? William Hurt died. People don't know that George Lucas, like, low key produced Body Heat, but didn't have his name on it because he wanted to be known as a Walt Disney, not as the Body Heat producer. You know?
Yeah. Broadcast News was about me, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford.
Yeah. James says if they did do it, it could be Maul searching for him and not just finding because the Inquisitors got there before him and he walks away. He's like, no, missed again. No, it does. No, Rebels explicitly though sets up him going like Kenobi's alive. They really said so they would have to also ducktail in Maul thinking that Kenobi is dead in the series as well. On top of it,
the DuckTales show up. Fucking that's the movie I wanted to see.
You know, sometimes Rob, when you're Obi-Wan Kenobi, life is like a hurricane. You know what I mean?
They're in Duckburg. Cartoon,
man. For everyone that can do it right now, Max's cat, FML. Max's cat's like, no. Max is like, Max's cat is like, hey, we do some driving around here in these parts, and this gas prices are bullshit. So that's why the cat's crying, because the cat's not getting fancy feast this week after all of these gas prices. This cat's getting some Dollar Tree cat food.
And this is my grandson cat. Like, I saw him being born, and now he's wanting to get nasty.
That's what they do.
Yeah,
nasty as I want to be.
Fucking sucks.
What is that cat's name?
Mohawk.
That's Mohawk. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. More like Schmohawk. All right. Star Wars Anthony says, where can I find the link to the channel? I don't know. I don't know if, wait, do I have the link to the channel? I think this is the link that Star Wars Santa gave me.
Oops. To join the channel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, let me. I think it says join on any of them.
Yeah, on mobile, Max, it doesn't. It's really confusing.
Yeah, it's hard on mobile. When you're on the computer version. See if that link right there works that I just put in the chat. I hope that's the right one.
Hey, Darth.
Otherwise, it's gonna lead everybody to my control panel. They can start deleting all my videos. You know. Johannes, channel member, friend, colleague, ally, spy,
Enemy to Santa.
Scuba enthusiast,
Okay.
says rock collector, stamp collector. Will the Anakin and Obi-Wan flashback happen in the first episode? Johannes, for you, ask me on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I'm gonna put out a story on Wednesday. That story will answer those questions. You hootie tootie disco cutie. All right. So gas and electric bills are doubling in the UK. Ouch. That sucks. Big time. I actually says I am so fucking lost right now. That was at 155. Yeah, you're a hootie tootie disco cutie. That's all you need to know. X-Wing. William
See
Hurt's
what
best
happens
movie
when
was
Jason
Toy
starts
Story.
watching independent cinema.
Yeah,
There's no winning to this.
I want to do a Patreon video with Santa where I watch that movie with him. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
This was nothing like Lord of the Rings. Oh no.
But yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a hard couple of months here. Hopefully, it's only a couple of months, and then things go a little bit back to normal. Hopefully, Putin's buddies, give him one of those Fidel Castro style exploding cigars. Hey, how about you smoke this?
Look, all I'm saying is, Revenge Guy, you had one job. All right, one job, Revenge Guy.
Yeah. Well, maybe maybe there's some Russian oligarch somewhere who's bought a lot of revenge bucks from Revenge Guy, and we're gonna see that all play out here. Just saying, it really could go that way. It's possible, but yeah. So okay, we hit all of that article? Did we hit all of the articles for today? Yeah, and then is there anything in the chat I missed? Because if you guys in the chat have anything you guys want to hit on or want to talk about, and once again, thank you, Justin, for that awesome super chat, dude. Appreciate that, man.
Thanks, Jess.
Yeah, and my old buddy X-Wing for those bits of titties. Does that say titties?
Tiddlies.
Oh, tiddlies.
Yeah.
I thought I said bits of titties and bits. Titties, bits and titties and bits. So Ray Park wrote himself out on Instagram. Do we know if his member got his membership yanked off the show? I mean, I thought it was a reason to cast him in it. I mean, how many times has Ewan McGregor shown his dick? I mean, what's the difference? You post your dick on Instagram, oh, you're fired, but you post your dick in every movie you do in the 90s up into the early 2000s, and you can't be Darth Maul now?
Speaking of dicks, did you know the guy Sebastian Stan?
Yeah,
showed his.
He showed his dick too.
It's not real. The producer was talking about that.
Oh, really?
Prosthetic.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he just broke Max's heart. Yeah, I think you looked a little crushed there for a second. You were like, "Oh, really?"
No. She had the same disappointment like my wife had. She was like, "Oh,
yeah,
I know. Sucks to be me. Sorry, honey."
Yeah. So James says, "Oh man, we get Anakin and Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars armor." I will tell you. I will give you my analysis on that in that article. So tomorrow I'm going to talk a little bit about. I'm going to touch on some Mandalorian stuff, get some Mandalorian stuff out of the way, and then we'll go from there with some more Kenobi stuff. Ewan says, since the Water Moon and Rocky Moon are both in the Mustafar system, could Obi-Wan escape from the ship he has on the first duel and land on the Rocky Moon? See, that's one of the things that I am a little bit right now. Like, it seems like things geographically make sense to me in the Kenobi series in terms of the planetary side. I can't say if there's the problems that we have with Book of Boba Fett, where people are just like walking everywhere and showing up all the time. I don't think that kind of stuff happens in the series, but things seem to be like kind of like in the same like area, generally speaking. But there's this other stuff I've talked about a little bit that I'll get into the future and very soon actually. And when I get into that stuff, it's like, is that there too? Because it could be. I just don't know. But you know, I'll have more on that pretty soon. But you could be onto something. But there's just this like I I'm I'm almost, let's just put it this way. I'm pretty certain that after episode 4 we go back to Alderaan for a time, like for a short time. I think seems to be the case. I know something that they filmed for Alderaan that does not make sense to me that it would be in the beginning, and it's never made sense to me where it was at until they started to put all of this together and in a better way. So hopefully I'll be able to explain it. X-Wing says, we could pull our collective $14.78 together to donate to Putin Hitman Fund. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right. Okay.
How about everybody super chats me in Russian rubles, and then I will become an oligarch. Then I'll be like, hey, guys, I'm one of you. Okay. How about we team up and we kill this bloated douchebag? What do you guys say?
How much for a dime, Wards?
Who's with me? You know, there's like so much propaganda going around right now that it's like kind of hard to tell what's like legit and what's real. But I saw this article that made me laugh, and it was like talking about how he looks very bloated, and they're like, is he crazy on steroids? Because you know we've seen him real ripped before, and when he gets real ripped, people think that he might be using steroids, and that might be why he's hyper aggressive and bucking off his rocker. But or maybe he's not even off his rocker, and maybe that's propaganda, leading me to believe that, and he's just an asshole. But has anyone done a? Yeah, totally. X-Wing says, has anyone done a calculation on how long it took Cad Bane to walk from Anchorhead to Mos Pelgo?
Look, every fucking I brought it up the first episode. We have a logistics. We have a real problem with the walking, and everyone told me I was nuts for bringing it up, and I'm like, no. This is a real problem. We don't know the geography, and I swear to God, if they're walking everywhere, this ain't gonna work.
Well, it's like one of those. It's one of those things where if it happened just when you brought it up, I'd be like, yeah, okay, like you know, who gives a fuck? Like, who cares? Okay, like they expedited the moments to make it snap. Fine, but once we get to the Cad Bane episode, you're like, okay, this is getting a little bit like whoever was writing these episodes, just like he walks into frame, and that sounds cool on a western, I guess.
I feel like Boba Fett should have mothballed that Jabba's palace and just set up shop in Mos Espa. You know what I mean? Like if that were the case,
we didn't need it at all. It was like they wrote that into the epilogue of the Mandalorian episode and then they were stuck with it. Or something. Like it doesn't make sense. He doesn't want to live there. He clearly wants to live where you have flash dance.
Everybody knows your name. Do.
Yeah. And they were really dumb to kill Flashdance because Flashdance was pretty amazing.
Oh, she was like one of the best parts of that series. Like, what are you doing? None of those mods died. Flashdance goes, well, fuck this shit. Like, if it weren't for that space lizard, you know what I mean? Like,
thank you, Ducky sent me 244 Russian rubles. My ascent to being Star Wars oligarch is happening right now before your eyes. You're seeing a madman rise to power
with respect, but with respect.
With respect. I want to rule. I want to be a Russian oligarch with respect. I want to rule with respect.
I get that.
Thank you, Ducky. Ewan says, could the Inquisitors maybe only take notice of Leia once they find Obi-Wan on Daiyu and see him rescuing her? Seems weird they would capture her to draw Obi-Wan in twice. Yeah, I mean, this might be one of the things that we criticize in the story, or it might be information that is being too simplified when it gets to me. You know, that could be the case, but I was definitely under the impression, and
it's like the
told,
Death Star. Instead of building two of them, we kidnapped her twice, right?
Yeah.
I have an important question.
Well, see, like where I'm kind of working with Max, and what the theory I'm working with right now is that we have this Inquisitor, Reva, who I think is being like sort of diminished continually. Like she has a lot of potential, and the Grand Inquisitor is so full of his own shit he can't see it, and he's continually like pushing her potential down to boost himself up, as we would expect. And what you end up having is a story where I think they end up doing that, and then I think that I could be wrong, but maybe they don't even know it's Kenobi. You know what I mean? Who they're after, and she thinks so. So then they end up getting Leia. I don't know if something is going on, like they hide information or whatever. Okay, my rise to being the Star Wars Russian oligarch is happening right now. We got 244 rubles from Ducky. X-Wing just sent me 610 rubles. Now Star Wars Santa just wanted to send more than X-Wing.
Oh shit, he prices riced you. Look at that. That's 1001. That's the Barker move right there. Classic Santa coming in with the win.
And always spay and neuter your pets, Max.
Okay, Jason, with these rubles, you got to get the Bob Barker mic now for the show, right?
Right? Yeah.
No, the really thin one. The super thin. We got to hold at the bottom.
I think I kind of have one like that. It's a little condenser mic in that shape. I could definitely do it. I'll be like, hey, but I got to start like, no, it wasn't. Barker didn't kiss people. That was what's his name on Family Feud. Remember the guy on Family Feud was always kissing everyone?
Richard Dawson.
Richard Dawson, man. He was like practically licked a couple of those girls' faces.
They made fun of it in European Vacation. Remember they're on the Family Feud in the beginning, or
yeah,
a show just like it. And the dude's like making out with his daughter and his wife, and Chris Wall's just like, oh well. Yeah. Part of that movie.
X-Wing is logging. Sure.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm not gonna have a door. Hold on.
They're coming through.
No,
she opens the door and it's like Vader in Rogue One.
No, it's the dad who wants to come out of the room.
Dude, I'm such a strong man because the Star Wars fits. Look at me. I got so many rubles. God, in you know what?
I want to play Zelda now.
In Russia,
those are rupees.
Yeah. Over here, but over here, Star Wars spoils you. You don't spoil Star Wars. Star Wars spoils you. Over here, as the Star Wars oligarch.
That's a shirt. Star Wars oligarch.
Yep.
Star Wars spoils you.
Yeah. We need. I need to get some shirts out. I think we need what do we have? We have Space Cult. You're in a space cult. We got that shirt.
It's not about spaceships.
It's not about spaceships.
Are you gonna have merchandise?
Yeah, we're talking about it right now, Max. We're like brainstorming it.
Let's do some Space Lizard. Let's do some space.
I'm a tech guy.
Like I'm a tech guy. We got that one.
Yeah.
Where is he anyway?
I don't know. I need to message him. I haven't heard from him in a couple of days. He's like
2 messages and he hasn't responded.
I'm gonna send him a message and say, "Hey,
ever since that convoy started, I'm just saying, like he's disappeared."
Yeah. No, he's moving into a new apartment right now. So for all I know, he's in the apartment without internet or something. I don't know.
I don't think he's in there yet. I think it's okay.
He's in a Canadian cave, like an Obi-Wan. He's just by himself in a cave.
Oh yeah, we definitely need a lamb head shirt too. Lamb head for sure.
It's the mascot for the show, lamb head.
Yeah, I mean, because everybody knows I give good lamb head. Everybody says it about me. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, how many episodes have I given lamb head to the people?
It ain't bad.
I give him.
Mac, I won't out your funny text on the show, but you sent me a funny text and I didn't get to answer it. My daughter was trying to read the text and I'm like, nope. No, she didn't. But I was like, nope. No. And then I'm like, I'm not going to check. Yeah, but then I forgot to respond.
Oh shit! Thanks. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, black Sabbath shirt. Me and Baymax's band. Me and Baymax are Star Wars metalheads now. Oh yeah, we could have a I don't think I squirt shirt.
Doesn't even make it. No one's wearing that, Jason. I'm just telling. No one's wearing
This guy.
it.
I would do it.
I'll wear that shit to Star Wars Celebration next time I go. People will be like, oh, "This guy's fucking."
They won't even let you in the door.
They probably won't anyway. Yeah, Space Lizard and chill.
I like that. I like that. It's a good one.
Yeah, we definitely need.
I'll tell you, man. If I were in T-shirts when this show came out, I would have immediately gone to work and started on the Space Lizard shirts, and I immediately would have got the "Do not do it" notes from Lucasfilm. But I would.
Thank you for the support, Darth Maximus. Darth Maximus is giving us some space rubles for Space Lizard. Yeah.
Awesome.
So though, you have just helped a Russian Star Wars oligarch come to life on the show.
You're only encouraging him.
Yeah. It's gonna get bad, you guys. Honestly, if we have any Ukrainian Star Wars websites out there, it's gonna say I love you guys, but watch out. Just watch out. There's nuking on the scene. So, anyways, X-Wing says, with the way the stream is going, Putin doesn't stand a chance. No, actually, yeah, I'm gonna roll that back. I think that through the love and glory of Star Wars fandom, we're gonna unite Russia and Ukraine, and take out Putin, take him out. You're out of the Star Wars fandom. You can't do it.
It's Putin in Star Wars.
Putin. Putin. P-E-W-T-I-N. I like it.
Yeah.
Putin. Oh man.
You didn't notice this, but like Darth Maximus is yellow, and then right below you had it the blue highlighted under X-Wing.
Oh really?
Yeah. It looked like the flag.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, Max is symbolic and shit. Like I'm just like I'm a T-shirt nerd. I'm like Putin. There's the shirt. Pew. Look, it's kind of dumb being a T-shirt guy. Trust me.
What the hell is that?
So whatever X-Wing just said, we're definitely going to need. We're gonna need a protocol droid.
That's not Turkish.
No.
That's probably Russian. I don't know. Is it Russian?
I have a theory that Max's end game in life is hoping to end up in a Turkish prison. Okay.
No.
Did you ever see the? Did you ever see when you were in Turkey? Did you ever see like all of the like dogs that are just like chilling? Like,
yeah.
And that sounds
dogs
so cool.
and cats everywhere. Yeah, and everyone's feeding them. They're nice.
Yeah.
People and the animals. Yeah,
it would be awesome to like not have to have like a pet all the time. Just to be like, I'm gonna go hang out with some dogs on the street and be like.
And let me tell you this joke. So a cat walks into a bar.
Okay.
It's not a joke. It's literal. That's the way it is over there.
See?
Get it? It's a joke. It's a bad joke.
I get it. I appreciate it, actually.
Sure, no problem.
I appreciate it. X-Wing, it means to your health. Now give me a bottle of vodka in horrible Russia. Damn, that sucks. They killed Flashdance. I had it in my head canon she survived somehow and was injured. Yeah, I was hoping Flashdance was going to be able to, that Boba was going to be able to be like, hey, Fennec, we're just friends, right? And then
they mod everything but the boobs. Like she's all mod, but the boobs are real.
She's a robot.
They're the only thing that made it. Yeah, she was a spinal cord still attached to fully functional boobs, and then they modded her. And
there's like we have these weird moments where it's like RoboCop, where she like remembers her old life. We see like the grainy footage, and it's her like pouring drinks, welcoming people, and she's like, "What am I? You're Boobot 5000." And she's like, "No, I'm not. I was a person."
Okay, Boobot 5000 is now a shirt.
Boobot 5000. So,
are you making note of this?
Oh
no.
yeah, I need. Okay,
I'm a horrible note taker. You don't want me being team leader, Max. We always delegate someone responsible for that. I just make the jokes.
We'll just rewatch the video.
Okay, so I wrote down. I joined a corporate space cult. I'm a tech guy. It's not about spaceships. Something about being high on space lizard. Lambhead.
I give Hammerhead.
I give good lamb.
No one's wearing that, but
Jason. I don't leak. I squirt.
Jason will wear.
Yeah. And Boobbot 5000. I'm gonna throw it out there that probably maybe like the first 4 people would wear, and after that we're in very esoteric. You gotta have some pretty big space balls to wear that shirt.
Yeah, and everyone on the chat has big space ball.
Whoa! Did you ever think about that? What Darth Maximus just said? It's funny how all the Russian bots haven't been around lately. They're probably all on Twitter, like and Reddit, spreading misinformation. They don't have time for
Instagram went away from them today.
What they just blocked Russia?
Yeah, they can't use Instagram.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm pretty sure some other stuff.
Yeah, it's like a really complicated issue. It's like a very like conflicted on some of that stuff. Like on one hand, like you do have like a part of the population in Russia that are just completely isolated by all propaganda, have no idea what the rest of the world is like, and think that everything is what Putin says. And then the other, but on the other hand, having access to Western media and other possibilities and truths and stuff like that is important. And by doing that, they are shutting that off. So it's like, on one hand, you shut off the tap. Like I was, when something happened like that recently, I was like, can you imagine if like when McDonald's went away, and Penny was joking with me. She was like, one of the internet providers pulled out and McDonald's went away on the same day. And Penny was like, we would be pretty mad if we didn't have internet at McDonald's, Dad. I was like, you know it, Penny. We would be ready to riot. But I don't know. I hope the Russian people get there, but I don't know if they will. I don't know if they can.
No joking. Like I actually made a couple Russian friends when I was working on Crash and stuff because they're freelancers or global. So I'm still in contact with them. They do have internet access and they are definitely not pro Putin, but they can't go around yelling it outside, without just be they were saying there's footage of it, but like people are out there holding up just blank signs and the police arrest them. Nothing's on the sign.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I actually follow somebody who's in the Baby Yoda community that's from Russia. And he just, when all this happened, he posted some stuff and that, he's supports, his country and stuff. And I don't know if he really has access to all the information that's going on. So it was a uncomfortable, because you're friends, right? Or it's fucked up. So
like these last 4 years, I had to, my uncle I grew up with, my favorite uncle, the one with all the radio station stuff, just showed that he was a giant racist piece of shit. Like I love him, but I had to literally go, we can never talk now. Because he was spewing out N-words. All sorts of stuff. Like during the Trump and talking about Obama. I was like, what is this? Who is this person? What did you became the empire. Like, what the hell happened to you? Like, but they've been some of these people get brainwashed by propaganda for so long, sitting in their little group. And I could tell you, like, probably with him, it was him going to the VA. He started going to the VA all the time to get support for his stuff. And at the VA, he's always watching Fox News. And then he got into this paid VA housing, like they have this single bedroom housing for disabled veterans they put you in. And they're all in the same little news cult. I'd go over there and Fox News would be on. I'd change the channel to Comedy Central or something. Like I put on the Rob Lowe roast the last time I saw him, where they just made fun of Ann Coulter.
Yeah,
what I mean, for like an hour. But yeah,
me and Baymax were talking about like the Star Wars fandom the other day. We were talking about how, and like you can see that same thing happen even like in certain YouTube clicks. You know what I mean? And like in different places, but like on like YouTube, like you have your Star Wars, basically your Star Wars version of QAnon. Like they should know that none of anything coming out of it's true or real or grounded in reality, but they're so deep into it. It's like they've come to this conclusion that if you agree upon reality, that's reality. There is no reality, only the agreed upon one. And it's like, no, like that's not how, like you could say all you want, Kathleen Kennedy's fired, but she's not fired. You could say all you want, this guy's going to become the president again tomorrow, and that this guy didn't die in a plane crash, but that guy died in a plane crash, and that guy's not going to become the president tomorrow.
It's why I have a real hard time with these manifesting people. I don't care how well intentioned they are.
Yeah.
I also believe there's something real nefarious behind it. You know, like how many millions of people don't have a home now? They can't just manifest their country back. You know, like that's not how this works. You know.
Yeah. No, it's true, and it's like I mean there is an element to it where having a certain mindset, like I'm going to achieve this goal. I think vocalizing it is important to yourself if you need to like understand what you're doing, because sometimes like you will end up in a place just of consistent non-action. And by going and saying like, I'm going to get this information about Kenobi today. I'm going to do that. Like this, you say to yourself, if you have to, whatever it happens to be, whatever your thing is, it helps you go like, this is my plan. Like, this is what I'm doing. And not just
that I get.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm talking about. Like,
no,
there was a whole movie about this.
No. And that's
Holmes,
the,
right?
that's the like problem is that if you take that to the most extreme level, then you think you can like just manifest anything. And like, you know, and people who think like chaos magic and shit, it's like, no, I
Darth Nihilus.
Yeah, there was a lot of that shit on what do you call it? What was that? On last podcast on the left, there was like this like 2016 era episodes where they're talking about chaos magic all the time, and I'm just like, you guys were just figuring out what you guys needed to do. The chaos magic part of it after that, that's a little bit crazy. Robert St. Clair says, man, now I'm back to thinking about how primo Flash Dance's rack was in Book of Boba. Why wasn't the Council for Family Values bitching about those being on display on Disney Plus? Because everybody loves them. Everybody loves titties. Everybody. I mean, I have one of my best friends in life is the gayest man you will ever meet, and he loves big titties. He just thinks they're amusing. We used to watch Anna Nicole all the time because everybody loves titties.
They're beautiful. No, any size, they're beautiful.
Titties are fun. X-Wing, did we have to leave that comment up for so long? Ducky says, in all seriousness, we all know Elvis is still alive and chilling with aliens, right? Yeah, like they weren't able to. Yeah, a bunch of dudes in the Midwest from the 80s and 90s were never able to manifest Elvis back, were they? It never really worked, but they did spend $49.95 on a cool collector's plate from the back of TV Guide that they probably still have. They might have to eat off of it now, though, considering gas prices. T-shirt, PewAnon. PewAnon. Yeah. All right, Nick, I'm adding PewAnon.
Hey, you know, I don't know if you saw my text, but so Sunday I'm supposed to be playing like a Sith Lord for someone's music video.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
And that's cool.
I sent him some stuff from Visions and was kind of
Motley Crue.
Going
Motley
back.
Crue, isn't it?
So we're getting all of the spoilers from the music video right now?
I don't even know. I don't even know. I just know my part.
Yeah. When are you filming that?
Sunday.
Nice. Yeah. Well, if you're allowed, bring the photos with you after. If you could show us your Sith Lord, unless you want to wait.
Pew.
Yeah, unless you want to wait until it comes out, which is we'll show it though. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'm sure he's so cool. He's like a big Star Wars nerd too. So we were talking on Saturday.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Max is the most on Sith Lord person as a performer. You got it, but in real life, you're the most on Sith Lordy person I've ever met. You're just like you got a little kitty clan. You're like, come on, kitties, let's take care of the kitties. Take it.
I have a streak in me, but
yeah. No, I could see if somebody pissed you off. I could see no nonsense Max coming out. Don't get me wrong. I don't plan on ever finding that
every
Max.
time they argue about how much hot sauce Max gets at the Taco Bell. You know,
I don't eat hot
sauce. How the hell do you eat Taco Bell without the sauce? It's so dry.
I can't eat that. Well, that's the thing. I can't do spicy. I sweat profusely, and it's so uncomfortable. That's why, and I'm Mexican. I cannot handle spicy.
After I started going to I've always gone to this Mexican restaurant down the street, and when I go there, I never noticed until I started shaving my head. That when I would eat the food, that the top of my head would get like very, very like
warm,
wet, like sweat, like because it's really hot. It's like some of the hottest food I've ever had. And but
my face is just like drenched.
Just
my eyebrows come off.
Jason, just get the shower towel. You know what I mean? When you do the little whirly loop at the top, right? Yeah, a little shower towel. That's good.
Shower towel.
I'll wear it. I love that hot sauce. I don't care. I don't care what I look like eating that shit. I guess it's so good.
Sometimes I do, like when I'm in a mood. Sometimes I will put a little bit of hot sauce and like mix it, and I'm cool with it. But I can't put too much. But I can handle like wasabi. That's a different type of spicy. Or hot.
Yeah. That's a complete. That's like a sinus level kind of contraption. Yeah,
and
I love both.
Like, if you've ever eaten hot chicken, anything hot, your asshole burns later on. So that's another thing.
Yeah, I started doing with Rob. Rob was like intermittent fasting, man. You should try it. So I'm doing it like right now. I try not to eat until 2:00 every day. Is kind of like my goal. And that's what I try and do. And but oh boy, when you go down to the place I talked about, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna have some hot sauce, and you haven't eaten anything in like 24 hours. It's not fun, Max. It's not.
It's called pucker butt.
Well, this is a little. Well, I ate some spicy chicken. Never, ever, ever again.
You're retired. You're retired from the spicy chicken game.
I couldn't I was hungry too, and it was late at night. I DoorDashed it. I was hungry, and I bit into it, and it was fucking hot as shit. Yeah. And I was like, I have to eat it because I'm hungry, and never again. It sounds good though. I'm just really hungry now. I'm like, I am hungry too.
I think I'm gonna go get some tacos now. I think after this day of scooping and spoiling and Star Wars Santa,
get some Taco Donna.
I'm gonna get some Taco Donna. Yeah, I think so. But anyways, thanks to everyone today for helping me become the Russian Star Wars oligarch that I could become. It means a lot to me. I feel very powerful right now. I feel very elite and aristocratic. I feel like you're all peasants to me, and it feels great.
Senator.
It feels
like
great.
Senator, right?
You know? Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but we'll be back tomorrow at our normal 11 a.m. time is the deal. I will drop some very fun Mandalorian season 3 stuff I got. So
I just read Darth Maximus.
Oh, Darth Maximus says, "I'm a fellow Meskin, Max. My asshole stopped burning when I was a kid. Laugh out loud. I know the struggle." Yeah, mine. Well, I was completely fine, but if you don't eat anything, and then all you eat is that, you are messed up. And I saw dick butts.
So much fun. I love it.
Dick butts squirting and Russian hitmen. Successful stream, y'all. Yeah,
successful stream. Who says? And we did a lot of that before the 10-minute mark too. So
that's true. That's true. Yeah, tomorrow I will squirt all over your guys' screens tomorrow. You guys can just get all of the Mandalorian squirt I got for you. And that is the plan. And and so make sure you go read Bespin Bulletin stuff. And me and Bespin Bulletin, we have coordinated how we're gonna do our week, because we're like, we're like bitchy girls going to school coordinating our outfits. That's me and Bespin this week. So so anyways, you guys are gonna get a lot of squirt Bring your no leaks, all squirt this week, and bring your umbrella. I promise.
Oh God,
it's gonna be fun.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow morning. And thank you for hanging out with us today, Max.
Sure.
Absolutely. And always nice to hang out with you too, Rob. And me and Rob will be back tomorrow. And Max, if you end up free, you're always welcome to come back anytime. You know that. Mm-hmm. You know that. You just gotta say something to the link. And yeah, maybe Jesse too. Okay, I missed that old guy. Where is he? Where's he been? Yeah, we gotta start finding our Jedi stragglers. Where are they at? We gotta start hunting people. This is a cult. You're all in the cult. You're not getting out of it. And so
yeah, there are cult dues.
You can't leave.
When you're in
yeah, some people pay their cult dues with super chats. Some you don't even want to know. You won't even want to. All right, so here we go. I got to bring up in the thing, and this is the part of the show where we dance like Germans. Or actually, no. Now we dance like Russian oligarchs in the Russian oligarch club. We're coming for you, Putin. You bitch.
It's not about spaceships.
MakingStarWars.net.